He will, mate. Trust me. I can't trust anyone in this life that says trust me. Been burnt many times in this world. I have trust issues, anyways. Lukonga's an Arsenal fan. Maybe I treated the man harshly. No, I'm just saying. I don't know if he's an Arsenal fan, but people only care about you being an Arsenal fan if you're good. No one didn't. Well, some people cared about Jeggerson being an Arsenal fan, but no one don't care about that. Nobody don't care about that. Zubimendi assisted Gyökeres' first goal. Noni almost assisted his second. Acting like you fans didn't watch the game about need Eze to unlock. To be fair, said we don't need Eze to unlock because we've got Odegaard. Bro, everybody unlock themselves. Everybody unlock themselves. It's as simple as that. But yeah, can't say I've seen unprecedented stuff yet. Eze keen on Tottenham move as Palace are informed of his desire to play Champions League football. Deal now depends on club-to-club talks, but Spurs are seriously working on it, as reported earlier. And I mean, had they have got Morgan Gibbs-White, would have been lit. Jack Grealish to Everton, And it's nothing to do with Jack Grealish. It is, let's have it right, because there is a class issue in this country, especially around footballers. But the media, therefore racist. Calling someone at the M word isn't just the only racism. Because this is what they expected Rashford to do. I just want to know, does Grealish deserve this move? Teddy Sheringham, come outside. Enough said. Enough said. Let's see what else. Romano has said more on the Rodrigo story from Monday. Pep, a big fan of the Brazilian and pushing for this option. Manchester City are seriously considering Rodrigo in case Salvinho exit as revealed. Pep would love to work with him. Pep has a massive pool, man. Has a massive pool. So, yeah, we've gone over that. Bro, I'm not going to lie. I thought Xavi Simons was already a Chelsea player. That one there is still going on. I don't know. Ben Jacobs has said, well, give me sports. Crystal Palace star Eze would be open to a move to join Spurs after they open talks over a deal. Eze open to Tottenham and would also welcome an Arsenal bid. Haven't spoken to Mikel Arteta already. Spurs are the ones moving. Arsenal waiting as it stands without going to the focus. Ranieri also viewed as a number 10 option. So, yeah, you don't want Eze like that. More on Eze and Spurs. Fresh talk started in light of Maddison's injury and failure to land Morgan Gibbs-White. Eze a long-standing target, but earlier in the window, Spurs had decided not to move. Spurs aware Arsenal have player buy-in, but believe Eze has not discounted their project. Spurs also prepared to move quickly. So that's why they're going to get him. They're prepared to advance. They're advancing and they're prepared to move. Arsenal are still moving mad. Both Spurs and Arsenal view Eze as a 10, where if Maddison's fit, that's another thing. But Eze, you can see how you slot in immediately. So we view him as a 10. Now, Arsenal not dumb. He could play right wing, left wing, and play as an 8 in midfield, but they see you as a 10. So they're rightly or wrongly, don't shoot the messenger. They are saying we've got Odegaard, we've got Ranieri, we potentially have Dalman, we've got the option of moving my man in there. What's his name again? Don't shoot me. This ain't my thoughts. This is me looking at how the club is probably looking at this. Kai Havertz. That's them. Understand Spurs starting valuation similar to the 55 million paid for Kudus. Palace wants 68 million release clause triggered or matched even after it expires, in which even the expiry date of his release clause, there's been a bit of conflicting stuff in that regards. And this is why I tell people don't get too excited off media, because him sticking out his tongue when he was getting a medal at Wembley, people saying, oh, it means he moved to Arsenal. How do we know he didn't hear Arsenal? Is like, oh, I'm actually in talks to join Spurs, actually. But who knows, people? And I'm a bit jealous because Spurs are working on both Silvinho and Eze deals, people. So, yeah, we could do with either one. So, yeah, people. Sammy Mortbell said, Eze is emerging as a player of serious interest to Spurs. Arsenal have interest in Eze, but the club are currently looking to move players on. So, we're not trying to forward with this. It remains to be seen whether Spurs' interest in Eze results in Arsenal accelerating the move. They're not going to force our hand to move. We're not going to do that. So, yeah, he's emerging. There's no confirmation as to whether Spurs look to progress deals with deals for both Silvinho and Eze. Arsenal have an interest in Eze, but the club are currently looking at trying to move players on. With the likes of Leandro Trossard, Reece Nelson, and Fabio Vieira set to leave, it remains to be seen whether Spurs' active interest in Eze results in Arsenal accelerating the move for the England star. The Guardian has said Spurs open Eze talks as they try to beat Arsenal to Crystal Palace attacker. Spurs do not intend to meet his 68 million release clause. Now, that's a second club like us. Arsenal have been ahead, but want to make sales first. So if Eze truly wants to wait for us, then there's that, but it's not going to bang, is it really? Yeah. They've indicated they need to make sales in attack before pressing ahead with their pursuit of Eze. The delay from Arsenal, who are looking for buyers for Trossard, has opened the door for Spurs to act on their long-standing interest. Frank needs attacking reinforcements, as we know. An agreement is yet to be reached, though, and Spurs do not intend to meet... where have I gone? I've lost where it was. Do not intend to meet Eze's clause. A further complication for Spurs is that Arsenal are believed to be the 27-year-old's favoured destination should he leave Palace. So maybe Spurs might be accelerating, Palace might be accelerating, but maybe Eze wants to hold fire. That's the only kind of things you could potentially say face. Arsenal have bolstered their attack with the additions of Gyökeres and Madueke, have shown ambition this summer. Anyways, they have spent close to 200 million and would like to shift unwanted players. Trossard's falling down the pecking order in attack. Fabio Vieira has no future at the club. Arteta is understood to have identified Eze as a player capable of giving Arsenal an extra edge against deep defenses. So breaking down low blocks is a major issue. So he needs to be a priority. You and Berta, butt heads, get this done, man. Get this done. Slap Tim Lewis if he's acting. I don't care about the balance sheet no more. Creativity was a problem for the Spaniards team last season. Their hopes of keeping up with Liverpool favoured on a chronic lack of ruthlessness, causing them to draw too many winnable games. Fair enough, man. It's fair enough. Fair enough. So, yeah, what else have we got? Spurs are plotting a move. Eze has a release clause of 68 million in his contract, although there have been suggestions that this agreement was due to expire at some point in August, leaving Crystal Palace free to set their own valuation. He's got 2 more years left on his deal. He's admired by both Arsenal and Spurs, and it could create a potential cat and mouse kind of game. While both like Eze, neither would want to bid publicly for the player. If there was a risk, he would reject them in favour of joining the other. Both clubs will compete in the Champions League this season. Mail Sport has already reported that Arsenal will have to make significant sales if they are to fund a move for Eze. So Fabio Vieira and Cole, get out of the club, man. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Now, the most interesting thing is the release clause. His 68 million release clause is understood to expire 2 weeks before the window closes on September the 1st. So earlier suggestions his release clause was expired are wide of the mark, no? And again, Nelson, Zinchenko, Vieira, Lokonga are all on the chopping block, but they've survived because I did not expect all of them to be here in August. I thought, look, out of all of them, I thought Lokonga would be gone. I thought Nelson would be gone. I still thought, to be fair, Fabio Vieira would be dragging, and I did feel Zinchenko. So we'll have to see people exactly what's going on there. But yeah, it's been an interesting one. Zinchenko is available to leave Arsenal before the deadline, although the player is giving consideration to seeing out the final year of his contract and moving on a free transfer in 2026. Arsenal naturally would prefer a sale in this window. So would we. Now, people are going to call him a money grabber, etc. But clubs have shown they don't care about players. So why should he? He's got a family. He's got good wages. He might be happy in London. He might be happy at this club. He might think if there's one thing Mikel Arteta has learned last season is that I need to rotate. There's a lot of games. Calafiori gets injured. Lewis Kelly can't play all the games. Maybe I think I get an opportunity at left back. Or maybe the gaffer even uses me in midfield or somewhere else. Maybe there's been no offers. Maybe my agent, I've pressed him to move and see what's going on, but that isn't that. Maybe I want to run down my deal, get my money from Arsenal and become a free agent. Because it can't get any worse. Arsenal are not going to freeze you out and say, oh, you're with the 21s. The worst that can happen is what's going on already. You're on the bench. You're on the bench. You might get an occasional start. So I can't blame him. If Arsenal are to make another addition, it is likely to be in the attacking part of the pitch. Arsenal have been studying candidates to improve their left wing options, but ideally the club would like to make some sales before prioritising another arrival. Respectable bids for Trossard would likely be considered, though it's still not guaranteed he will depart Arsenal, even though contract discussions have stalled. So we're going around the houses and then round the houses again and again and again and again and again where these dons are concerned, people. On the topic of Kivior, he's open to leaving for a club where he can play regular football and be a starter. Arsenal are in no rush to sell, however, and none of the clubs tracking Kivior have met the asking price. So you can't go anywhere at this moment in time. As much as you may or may not want to leave, you might have to get your agent to work his magic and actually earn his commission. Simon Hooper has been appointed the referee for Arsenal's opening game against Manchester United. Paul Tierney's on VAR. Oof. Fulham remain in discussions for Nelson. They want an initial loan. Arsenal favour a permanent deal. Nelson apparently has other suitors from the Premier League, and Arsenal view him as one of their most sellable assets. But float the idea to Crystal Palace. Stuttgart are continuing discussions over a permanent transfer for Fabio Vieira, with Arsenal seeking a package worth 20 million euros. Our gaffer did say after the Bilbao game, let's see what happens in terms of where the squad is in the next few weeks. We're actively looking at options as well. There are a few players maybe that have to leave, so we will be open to see what happens. He's kind of specifically said what we've all known and led to believe and what we see with all the other papers and tabloids, people. We have been linked with Malik Fofana. Apparently, we've joined the race. We did cover this yesterday, people. He's been linked with Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest every now and again. Is what it is. Wait, what? Don't gas me. Don't gas me. Why am I getting? This is where they got me getting gassed off random websites. Cameron Smith, shameless. Vinicius Jr. in secret transfer talks as Arsenal with Chelsea. I bombshell deal. Big him up, man. You know what? Creativity. Well, let me guess. Vinicius Jr. is in contract talks with Real Madrid. Okay, fair enough. Oh, here we go. The Brazil international is yet to reach an agreement over a contract extension with Real Madrid, and he's now exploring the possibility of completing a bombshell move to the Premier League. That's according to the renowned account IndyCar. To be fair, not Romano, Ornstein did hail him up the other day. Vinicius looks like he's been in secret talks with City. The Real Madrid star is considering a move away. The player does have concerns with all the uncertainty surrounding those 115 charges against City. It's no surprise he's weighing his options just in case. The Manchester clubs, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea are monitoring the situation. The player is very keen on a move to the Premier League this or next summer. I mean, if they were to get Vinicius, if you do have some level of hope for Rodrigo, you can guess that one goodbye. But it made me laugh. Spurs are threatening for the Eze deal, as we know, people. We know Manchester City have been looking at Rodrigo, but if you don't, you know that now. We've gone over that. See, I'm trying my best not to miss anything. Listen, this is who I want. Inter Milan have apparently expressed an interest in Magnus Akilushe. Can't pronounce his name. He plays for Monaco. He's cold. If you can't get Eze, bring him for me. Say his name all the time. We've gone over the Kirill business. We're not going to do that again. Earlier today, you would have seen Rodrigo say hello Madrid. It seems like he always does that when he's linked with a move away. So it all depends what conclusions you want to draw, people. It really does. It really, really does. So you're Tottenham away. I don't care about that, man. Unprecedented summer, though. Crazy. At Kliush. Where I lose value in pronunciation, the talent ID, but Akliush. Big up, Angelo. You tried, man. You tried. I tried as well. Sometimes it's not enough, though, man. We tried. We don't need Rodrigo. We got Martinelli. If you live in the United Kingdom, it's a hot day. I'd love to suggest that make sure everybody stays hydrated. I don't want you to become dehydrated and delirious. We start thinking and saying crazy things that when we're in our full mindset, we might not say. Even it's Earth, come on, man. Even if Vinny was available, I wouldn't want him. He's too lazy and a crybaby. Bring him. The fuck? Bring him respectfully, humbly. We paid 50 million for Vieira. I don't know. Football is the only sport I know you can sit on the bench, earn loads, and get paid loads, man. Yeah, but I don't mind the players getting it, Carl. What the players are getting is pennies to the clubs, and nobody put a gun to the clubs' heads to give these lot the piece. Eze is a necessity, not an option. Ranieri is cold, but he cannot unlock low blocks. Spurs won't go in ruthless. They've never been known to be like that with transfers. They could long this out in time for us to make some sales and raise funds for Eze. I hope so. How many of the last 5 Charity Cup winners have gone on to win the league compared to how many of the last 5 FA Cup winners gone on to win the league? I don't have a clue, man. I don't have a clue. I don't think our club wants Eze now that Ranieri signed a new contract. We should prioritize the left wing. North London beef, it's like 2011 again. Earlier than that, but I hear it. Showing ambition. They did the bare minimum. Oh, why is it taking me to the bottom? Thank you for keeping it respectful. Can we get a few more likes in? One love. Come on. Eze is perfect for Arsenal. He has won trophies. Arteta's won FA Cup and Charity Shield. Arsenal need to sell. Some of you take this YouTube thing too serious, man. It ain't that deep. DJ can mod whoever he wants, man. It's his channel. And yeah, Marcel will be a mod. Because when it's all said and done, like, it's just football. We have a laugh for the joke. Like, that is one thing. Like, football makes people move too crazy. Like, it makes me move crazy, but like, I'm saying this, and football's all I know. Like, calm down. Like, relax. Eze will drag on unless Arsenal go for someone else. No need to jump the gun right now. Any team that wants to do it immediately needs to commit 68 mil. Spurs makes sense for Eze if he wants minutes in a World Cup year. Arsenal with their hands in their pockets again. Eze went from League One to having North London fighting over him. Everton is Jack's level right now. It would have been mad seeing him in the Champions League with Spurs, having been on the bench so much in the last couple of years. Rashford is going to kill out Barca and shut up those racist pundits. Amen. Amen. Yeah, I know, Johnny, I know. I'm glad we weren't all over that Grealish transfer. I'd have Grealish, but then I'm a hypocrite because he's not going to get numbers. And I want numbers in it, but he's a fucking good player, really. Arsenal always fall short of what they need to do. Hopefully this year it isn't the case. Getting two possible world-class first teamers who are wanted by some big